Well, hello everybody. Wait, Gathiniskis. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not sure if you're hearing the sort of rushing water, a little bit of bird song maybe. Somebody has found closed captions. Fantastic. So for anyone joining, if it will make your experience more enjoyable, at the bottom of your screen, either under the more with three dots or just on your bottom bar, there'll be a show captions, and that will give you an AI transcript of what we're saying to the best of its ability. Somebody's found the reactions button. There's always someone here sharing. I love that. Thank you for being here. So we are in webinar mode with our hundreds of folks, right? So if you also on your bar, you'll see the react button, and then there's options there of different emojis that you can express a little bit of response with us here. You can use the chat to communicate with us if you need us in any way, shape or form. And there's a Q&A box as well at the bottom of the screen. If you have any questions come up, you can use that and we will pose them at the end. Okay, we'll just have 2 more seconds of birdsong and river if you want to take a couple of deep breaths. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Okay, we're going to kick things off and dive in. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And today it is, I cannot believe it already. How is it the 29th of October? My goodness. And it's the final full part of our series. We do have 2 bonus book launches coming up in the 2 following weeks. If you haven't signed up, please do. They'll be fun. They're 30 minutes and short and sweet. But tonight we have FutureMakers, which is a resource to inspire students for sustainability. Very excited for this one. Today, okay, my theme of the things that I've been thinking about for my land acknowledgement is change, with the change of the seasons and the changes in the environment around me. And I was very lucky to have a session with a group called Rise Up Indigenous Wellness, Lorna and Sherelle, that live in Secwepemcúlecw, just to the west of me here. And they gave this beautiful demonstration to our work team around change and around this being a time for reflection and perhaps thinking about what we want from things. And I also got to host for the first 4 seasons of Indigenous Learning Gathering. That's our Truth and Reconciliation training with Shelley Boyd and Lorraine Wiley, who are Sinaics women. That's whose traditional territory I'm centered on. Sinaics are the people of the Bull Trout. And just out to the shot here is Sinhuitqua, the Swift River, the Columbia River, as it's colonially known. And if you follow that, and this is a meeting place for the Secwepemc, also the Silks and the Tanaha First Nations, and the Tanaha call that river the Mishkakis River, and where I am, Kutanmitak Mishkakis, the land of the chickadees. And so lots of birds today. Didn't see a chickadee, but a red-breasted nuthatch. Had to use a phone ID app, not going to lie, for the call and then to identify it, but I'm trying to embrace technology in the knowledge. And I saw this incredible fungus. I think it's a turkey tail growing out of this tree. And just listening to Shelley and Lorraine speak this week, as knowledge sharers, and just them sharing the change that has happened through history, through time of this place, reminds me to recognize that change is constant, and that's something I need to think about and be comfortable with. And so that's my lesson in this space. I'm deeply grateful to always be here and have access to this knowledge. I was just mentioning we've had our first gathering. That was Shelley and Lorraine there. And if you haven't joined us, you still have a couple more days. We join together once a month to learn incredible things. And we also each year, there's different learnings that move from a basic understanding of truth and reconciliation all the way up to relationship building. And so we hope you will join us. If you're just seeking more knowledge and more learnings, In addition to all of those things, we have a bunch of short courses, Indigenous language courses that are hosted by beautiful language speakers, and we've written that outdoor learning certification program that we hope you might dive in. As always, I have a fantastic friend to join me and to support, and it's Julie Reed this week.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie from Take Me Outside. I'm very thankful to be joining you joining today from Dish with One Spoon, Wampum Belt Covenant, and Between the Lakes Treaty 3 land, the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, land which has been and continues to be stewarded by the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabeg. Really excited to be here today and learn together. Just wanted to really quickly tell you about Take Me Outside. We had a very successful Take Me Outside week last week. Maybe you and your learners participated in it. If so, thank you. But our outdoor learning conference, our third annual conference, coordinated by the incredible Jade, is happening in Banff again next spring, May 8th to 10th. Registration is competitive. If you are thinking about going, we definitely encourage you to register right away, and registration opens up on November 5th. The call for proposals, for workshop proposals, is also currently open until November 17th. And we're launching a brand new mentorship program. We're really hoping to connect educators newer to outdoor learning with educators who have more experience with outdoor learning for that peer-to-peer support and that beautiful community building. The application and registration process closes tomorrow, October 30th at midnight. If you're interested, definitely check it out. It's our pilot year, and we'd love for you to get involved. That's it for me. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much, Julie. I'm sorry I don't have a picture for that, but what an amazing space to have that support and to build that relationship wherever you are. So that's fantastic. Okay, we're going to do a quick have a looky-loo, see who's around. I'm launching a poll. There's 2 questions. You scroll down for the second question. We're kind of trying to know what kind of educator you are. Now, you won't let you do multiple choice. If you're multiple things or only 1 or 2 of these appeal or make sense to you, or you don't see yourself represented in there, please feel free to share it in the chat. And then a rough sort of where you're joining us from. And again, rest of the world, there's only some number of options you're allowed. So if you're joining us not from Turtle Island or North America, please feel free to do it. Someone's asking about master's programs. Not at this moment, not post-grad, but you never know as we develop. If you look at Take Me Outside's resource page, there's definitely some recommendations there for further learning. Okay, I'm going to keep these polls open just for another few seconds. 5, maybe 4, 3, 2, 1. Someone's joining us all the way from Australia. Wow. Okay, I'm ending the poll. I'm going to share the results. You should see them on your screen. Oh my goodness. We have every single box is checked. The diversity of people here. You'd think I wouldn't be surprised anymore because this keeps happening, but it really does fill my heart that we have such a range of educators and people who are passionate about connecting to this knowledge and to outdoor learning. So magnificent. I'm going to keep on rolling. As you know, we've got an enormous number, nearly 100 partners, right? Global, some local, some national, some Canadian, some US. If you're looking for resources, go to our partner page. It could be funding, it could be free resources to use in class, it could be a connection to find other people in your area. But we really hope that you'll engage with them because they're doing phenomenal work. But now we're getting to the delightful main event. The delightful Dawn Day Day's coming in for FutureMakers, resources to inspire students for sustainability. So Dawn Day Day, not only being one of my mentors and who created programs that I was very fortunate enough to teach back in the day that changed experiential learning for me. This is the Beyond Recycling program, which I think Dawn will touch on. But this way of connecting kids with the world around them in a way I just never experienced before, and has inspired the way that I design programming going forward in my life. And so, yes, sorry, Dawn founded that. Should stop fangirling and just get on with it. And now the Future Makers program. Dawn brings the experience and understanding of over 2 decades of education program design with Wildsight. Her ability to weave environmental education and community action, because you do so much of that, into successful programming that moves communities and classrooms towards sustainability and just moves them full stop. It's been proven repeatedly. It's an absolute delight to get to share a space with you, Dawn, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, what an introduction. Thank you. Okay, I'm just moving to share my screen here. Just one moment. Okie dokie. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn more about FutureMakers. I'm so grateful to be hosting this webinar from the unceded territories of the Ktunaxa in beautiful, ferny British Columbia. My home is located just below the bottom right-hand corner of this photo, and the larches turning yellow is one of my favorite parts of fall. The Ktunaxa word for larch tree is kustit. I have spent the last 20 years working with Wildsight and supporting teachers in bringing environmental education to their classrooms. I'm looking forward to sharing our groundbreaking FutureMakers program with you here today. Wildsight is a BC-based nonprofit that works to protect biodiversity and encourage sustainable communities in Canada's Columbia and Rocky Mountain regions. We aim to inspire a shared community desire to protect our natural world for future generations. As part of that goal, for the past 24 years, we have offered hands-on environmental education programs to over 100,000 students across the Columbia Basin, helping them learn, help, and love their wild backyards. You can see this QR code here on my screen. You can use the photo app on your phone if you'd like to scan it, and a link will pop up that you can click to get more information. The QR code on this page would take you to more info on Wildsight if you would like. When you visit the outdoor learning store, you will find another Wildsight education product available, the Stories in the Wild Tracks and Signs Resource Kit. We are so grateful to partner with the Outdoor Learning Store to launch FutureMakers so it can also reach teachers and students beyond our region. In our time together today, we are going to discuss eco-anxiety, learn more about the FutureMakers program and what is included. We will hear teachers' feedback, look at the history of how the program was developed, and look at the student planning booklet. We will check out the assessment tools included and learn how to access the program. We have all heard it and felt it. Eco-anxiety is on the rise. Anxiety Canada states it is anxiety caused by a dread of environmental perils, especially climate change, and a feeling of helplessness of the potential consequences. It is a natural emotional response to the challenges facing our planet. Our connection to nature and our dependence on it means that we're bound to feel anxious when we see something is wrong. In 2021, the first large-scale investigation of climate anxiety in children was reported in The Lancet. The study engaged over 10,000 youth in 10 countries and found that 59% said they were very or extremely worried about climate change. More than 45% said their feelings about climate change negatively affected their daily life and functioning. The Wildsight environmental educator team has seen the rise of climate anxiety in students, as I'm sure you have as well. Research included in the book, A Field Guide to Climate Anxiety by Sarah Jaquette Ray, states that many youth now don't have the tools to imagine anything but an apocalyptic future for themselves. The University of British Columbia Climate Hub Education Handbook recommends that by weaving more sustainable whole system and hope-filled, solution-based thinking through a resilience lens, we can offer powerful support and constructive pathways of action to meet growing climate and eco-anxieties. That is exactly what FutureMakers aims to do, offering an antidote to the growing eco-anxiety amongst students today. Instead of all the shocking statistics, depressing facts, and stories of despair, FutureMakers helps students learn and design for a safe, hope-filled, climate-resilient future. A future they are happy to see themselves as a part of. Students are challenged to plan for sustainability, which means they consider the well-being of every living thing for many years to come. Throughout the program, grades 4 to 7 students gain knowledge in 5 community design topics: food, waste, water, energy, and transportation. Each lesson starts with an inspiring, informative video that introduces the community design topic and begins to build knowledge. Teachers who have used the FutureMakers program repeatedly state how interactive the program is and how the lesson videos provide a lot of great information on each topic. While building knowledge, the lesson videos also showcase examples of action, innovation, and solutions. Examples highlighted in these photos are Copenhagen on the left, a waste-to-power plant in Denmark that is also a year-round ski hill, climbing wall, and playground. And on the right is a suspended cycle path roundabout in the Netherlands, promoting self-propelled transportation. The program showcases sustainable development projects and communities that are taking action towards building a hopeful, climate-resilient future. The program also provides an opportunity to connect learning with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and helps students see that leaders are taking action to help find solutions. In each lesson, students are challenged to meet community design goals, like use renewable energy, use water wisely, and use resources responsibly. The goals help students design a future community that is fun, sustainable, and somewhere they would want to live. Here we can see the food lesson. Each lesson page starts with a set of simple steps. To begin, you cue up the video and watch it with the class. After the video, you give students time to record their ideas in their planning booklet. The booklet helps guide students through the process of designing a sustainable community with room for student notes, drawings, and reflection. Teachers report how they like the layout of the booklet. They like how we set the stage for students to imagine they are invited to attend an important planning meeting that gathers youth from around the world to help decide what the future will be like. They think that FutureMakers is a great way to show how communities and countries can begin to tackle these important problems. After students reflect in their booklet, they then share their ideas and discuss. Each lesson can take less than 30 minutes, or teachers can choose to reinforce the concepts in the lesson and go deeper with the easy-to-use buffet of extension activities. Here's an example from the waste lesson. The extension buffet includes videos, engaging discussion topics, journal prompts, games, and hands-on projects. This allows you to tailor the program as much or as little as you would like, and provides the resources you need to feel informed in having these discussions. Teachers think our carefully selected extension buffet is, quote, brilliant and packed with information that kids love. And teachers state that the resources help explain topics better than they could just on their own. The program is designed to require minimal prep. That means you can have lessons ready in minutes and take as little or as much class time as you'd like. To prepare for a lesson, you just need to review the lesson video and extension buffet options. The prep lesson is the place you want to start. This is where you prepare to start teaching the program and where you can download the student planning booklet to print and read about scheduling tips and considerations for group work. The invite video is the first lesson you share with your students. This lesson launches the project and asks students to imagine they are attending a super important planning meeting to decide what the future will look like. We explore what past generations thought the year 2000 would be like and compare it to what actually happened. We define the term sustainability and share more about the FutureMakers program. The next 5 lessons, food, waste, water, energy, and transportation, provide the knowledge, framework, and information to help your students design their communities of the future. Although the lesson videos are only 4 to 8 minutes long, they are packed with valuable information in designing a sustainable future community. Our food lesson explores food systems, farming, fishing, hunting, food waste, composting, food storage, and food recovery. The waste lesson addresses waste streams, recycling, zero waste, single-use plastics, reuse and repair, tool share libraries, and responsible resource use. Our water lesson looks at how we use water, our limited supply of fresh water, what a watershed is, as well as wastewater treatment, water conservation, and water protection. The energy lesson explores energy use, renewable and non-renewable energy resources, energy efficiency, energy conservation, building materials, and building design. Our transportation lesson looks at fossil fuels, greenhouse gases, pollution, electric vehicles, active transportation, car share, and transportation systems. Then there is the final lesson, design and build. This is where students use their ideas from their planning booklet to build connection between each topic to plan and create their whole community design. The Build and Design lesson video explores the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and showcases examples of connected, resilient communities and provides tips for the community design process. The design and build lesson takes more time than the previous lessons, as you need to give your students time to design and then build. You could spend hours, days, or weeks to complete this part of the project. It's all up to you and what your schedule will allow. After students design and build their projects, then they share their designs. This is an opportunity to share their diverse and creative designs of future communities. Students are inspired, hopeful, and excited to showcase their FutureMaker designs. You choose how students will build and present their project, which can be tailored to specific classroom resources and goals. Project examples are included on the website, with teachers finding success using cardboard, Lego, Minecraft education, posters, or written work. You could choose to have students present their FutureMakers community in class, showcase them school-wide or at parent-teacher interviews, or share at community events like Earth Day. It's up to you. As you can see, the program offers many easy-to-use resources, plus it also includes a teacher's forum. In the forum, included on the bottom of each lesson, you can see comments from other FutureMaker teachers and gain from their experience. This can be especially useful to review before you teach your next lesson. The FutureMaker program ties into curriculum in many ways, with links to science, social studies, as well as applied skills, design, and technology for the final culminating activity. The Extension Buffet also includes curriculum-connected activities in language arts, math, and art. Multiple assessment tools are also included, like the student planning booklet, 2 rubrics, and a series of quick assessment tools. FutureMakers allows students to use creativity and collaboration to discuss, envision, and design solutions for their future. The decision-making power is put into their hands to inspire hope for their future and give them space to feel creative, resilient, and able. Teachers can't say enough about how much they love FutureMakers. They appreciate how easy it is to follow. They enjoy the variety of options in the Extension Buffet. They love the engagement and interest students show. This set of flexible online teacher resources is built based on the success of our Beyond Recycling program. Beyond Recycling brings a passionate professional environmental educator into the classroom each week throughout the school year to provide an action-oriented, solutions-focused curriculum for grades 5 and 6 students to embark on a rich 24-week investigation into the impact of their lifestyles, exploring energy, waste, and consumption through hands-on activities, science experiments, games, costumes, and field trips. We took the 18 years of lesson development and teachers' feedback from the Beyond Recycling program and adapted it to build FutureMakers. In 2020, over 90 Beyond Recycling teachers, past and present, were surveyed to help define what an ideal environmental education resource would look like. In 2021, our passionate team of educators gathered for a 3-day planning session where we reviewed this extensive teacher feedback and began building the FutureMakers program. The resources were then piloted by classroom teachers, and their feedback was used to adapt the program resources, giving us the FutureMakers program that teachers now love. A special thanks goes out to Melissa Flint, one of our superstar Beyond Recycling educators, who developed the first version of what has become FutureMakers. Originally created as a Beyond Recycling Earth Day activity, the City of the Future project was the basis of what is now FutureMakers. She also plays a key role in developing FutureMakers into the program we see today. While FutureMakers does not directly teach about the science of climate change and its various effects on the planet, it provides students with a low-carbon solution for climate-resilient communities. Even our rural BC governments love the FutureMakers program. Wildsight Education is proud to have partnered with the RDCK and CSRD to help meet their environmental and waste education priorities. They now fund access to the FutureMakers program to teachers in their districts. If you are a teacher in one of these BC regions, watch for a letter to your school from us, or scan this QR code to send us an email at futuremakers@wildsight.ca. FutureMakers was crafted with flexibility in mind, with minimal prep required. It is designed to make teaching these important topics easy. Teachers enjoy how easy it is to teach and love the easily accessible resources. We are excited to offer you a special discount for our outdoor learning store launch. You can scan this QR code to get and also gain a 5% discount with the outdoor learning store code. If you would like to purchase FutureMakers for your school or a group of teachers, you can access an additional 10% off for your group purchase using the discount on the website. Your purchase gives you access to the FutureMakers program for 1 year from the date of purchase. Plus, you also get a $10 credit towards other outdoor learning store resources. When you complete your online purchase, you'll receive multiple emails. From the outdoor learning store, you will get an email with your coupon code, and then another with the receipt for your purchase. You will also receive an email from Wildsight that includes a link to activate your FutureMakers account and choose your password. Tip: please add FutureMakers at Wildsight to your contact list to ensure you are able to receive our emails. Due to increased school email security, we have seen some of our emails bounce back. You could scan this QR code to get our email address to your phone if you would like. Once you have completed activating your account, then you can click to log in at the top right corner at ourfuturemakers.com. Then everything you need can be found in this one easy to access spot online. We built the FutureMakers program to help teachers like you weave hope-filled, solution-based thinking into their curriculum and support students in taking a powerful step towards relieving their climate and eco-anxiety. Whether you choose to purchase this resource or not, I hope that you will leave our time together today with a little inspiration to continue supporting your students to learn to love their wild backyard and build skills to navigate their future. Thank you for the incredible, important work you do and for joining us today.